Okay, low 659. This is AKA Meshu1339. Customer is using that as a name for the YouTube side of the video. So let's look at the kitchen real quick as an overall. Let me back up here. And you can see that we've got a vaulted ceiling in the dining area, but then this is a trade ceiling with quite a bit of molding that's around this area here. More importantly is these corbels. So from the corner back there to the outside edge of this corbel is 108. It's a 3-inch corbel, which is 105, which means our longest cabinet from that corner there to the inside of that corbel is 102. The longest cabinet we can have is going to be a 99. So when we start looking at, 105, 102. 102 is going to be our longest cabinet measurement that we can have for the actual length of the back wall. Now 36-inch cabinets will work just fine, because if you look right there where that plate is, that is 3¼ inches from the end of that cabinet to the edge of that corbel. 3¼ inches of space there. So if we stay inside of 102 for our cabinets, then we run a 2¼ inch CM8 down the side, then we're going to be fine. The large molding, the CCM8, will not work. So make sure that we stick with the standard 2¼ 2½ inch crown, and it'll be just fine. It'll run right in beside of that corbel, no problem. Now, otherwise, we've done a little bit of change on the cabinet layout because of some situations. The measurements that you have are wrong as far as the back wall, side wall, so we're making some adjustments on those. But if you take a look here, the cabinet above the refrigerator is actually about it's 36 inches long. It's a standard. But if you look, there's only 83¾ inches on this wall. So this standard cabinet with a quarter reveal is tucked in right behind that molding. Well, that's not a real classy look as far as, expecting what to do with the cabinets. So we need to make a change width on this to 35 inches. And at the same time, we'll add a small 3¼ inch filler right here to be able to bush us over to the side of that. We still want the end of this cabinet flush though, so that the crown molding would make a nice return without having any kind of step out or anything with the moldings. Now, one of the things in this kitchen that jumps out is that 9-inch cabinet to the right of the stove. It is exactly 33 inches for the inset right here, but that 9-inch cabinet is basically got just a few spices and stuff in it. It's very, very small. So one thing we can do is we can make this a wall angle 21/36, which is going to make this 3 inches more on this side and 3 inches more on this side, make this a 12-inch cabinet, make this a 27-inch cabinet, and that cabinet then will actually slide back a little bit from its point here, make it about 14 inches instead of 17 inches across the front, which will give her a little bit more access for her microwave area, a little bit more light in that corner. But you would rather have the larger cabinet here and the larger cabinet there, which is 6 lineal inches longer than that smaller cabinet in the corner. So she's okay with that. That makes the cabinets a little more uniform. Now, full overlay, we're looking at full overlay versus standard overlay. If we do a corner easy reach right here, then that 9x9 is going to make this a 15-inch cabinet. Take a look at the drawing. She wants this to be a left-hand 15-inch door, but then the corner easy reach must be a right hinge so that it'll come out past the front of the stove here with no issue. On the same thing here, the cabinet in the drawing was 21, but for a 6-inch taller, this needs to be a 24-inch cabinet so that the hood, she's going to stick with a range hood, that hood needs to stay the same place. Now, one of the notes that you're going to see is that it says going to retain the backsplash tile, okay? So if you take a look under here, that backsplash tile is exactly the same length as the cabinets that are here. That being said, if you look right here, that's a standard reveal, right? That's a standard. Look, that tile is right up against it. See right there? That's a standard reveal. That tile's up against it. So if you make this cabinet to the left of the stove a flush finish cabinet, that's going to be out of place. Your tile's not going to work. Same thing here. If you make this 12 a flush finish, it's going to be out of place. It won't work there. So these two cabinets need to be left as standard, and we need to add a skin to the left-hand side of this cabinet, the 39/36. We need to add a skin to the left-hand side of it to flush it so that we actually have a finished end on this end. But again, that return for the crown and stuff up here will be just fine. That will maintain her tile. She wants to keep her tile backsplash as a cost savings. So no problem as long as we keep those cabinet standard that needs to be left standard. Now, let's talk about this corner. So Craftmade is one of the only companies that makes a sink base blind corner cabinet, all right? So it is exactly 63 inches from the side of this cabinet all the way back into that corner, okay? So you're looking for a base blind sink base. I'm thinking it's going to be a BLSB, something like that. 63. Why? Because we need to put a 60 in there and pull it that 3 inches to 63 so that all of this will have the right architecture in the corner. Now that's going to make this a 12-inch cabinet, which can be a 12-inch base, drawer base. So she wants a 3-drawer, 3-inch drawer, 12-inch drawer base. That'll give her 3 drawers there. That'll give her 1 drawer over here. In the first drawing that we had, this kitchen had one drawer in it, which was this side over here, and it was only 15 inches wide. So we want to make sure that we spread that drawer space out. She has 2 drawers now. We want to give her a little bit more drawer space, so this one will become a 3 drawer if we do it that way. Again, this is about a 2 1/4 filler in here. That'll be plenty because there's not going to be any decorative hardware on the front of this cabinet. So that drawer pull will be fine at the 2 1/4 inch return if we have to do that for the filler. Now, one of the other things that in this design was the customer had 120 inches in your drawing from that wall all the way to the end. Well, this is 117. It's 117 from the back of the overhang of this cabinet all the way back into that corner. So she's okay with 117 worth of cabinets being here, the 12 inches, and that'll work out because right now this is a 3/4 inch back panel. This is just a solid 3/4 inch panel with some overhang brackets holding that bar up. So when we do the other side of this, when we put the other cabinets on this, they make a cabinet then that is 40.5 inches tall. Craftmade has a 40.5 inch tall cabinet, but you want to take and put a skin on the end of this to make this look like it's all one cabinet. You want it to be the same length. Now, in the drawing, I see WPL right here. WPL from Craftmade is 3/8 of an inch thick. WSK is 3/16 of an inch thick. So you need the skin, you don't need the panel for this end piece. And besides that, this needs to be a standard base panel, not flush, but a standard construction, just like this is. And then we need to have this cabinet on this side a standard construction, not flush, so that we can run that skin over, down, into the back of this face frame, up, over, and in the back of that face frame so that we have a continuous panel where it looks like it's all one piece. Now that being said too, at 89.25 inches is what this length is now. If you want, you can actually go to 90 inches. That's only going to be a 3/4 inch longer than what you have now because this upper bar right now is actually out at least that far, you know, as far as the transition from the bar to the other height right here. So you can go 90 inches with this one without a problem if that makes your math better as far as laying out the cabinets on the back. Again, the cabinet on the left-hand side of this must be at least an inch, maybe 1.5 inches off of the left-hand wall so that your hardware and everything doesn't smack the wall and doesn't make it unusable as far as that corner. She wants to use all this space on these taller cabinets in the back for use for like appliance storage and stuff like that. Now, one more thing about the back of this island, which will make it look really nice, is to do a WRK option on these 3 cabinets, which is wide rail kitchen, which means there's no toe base. The bottom of the cabinet is extended down to give you a full furniture look. That way we can put an OG pilaster molding down the back of this and across the end of this. And that way we have a complete finished outside furniture look to the back of the island. And again, if you have questions about how that's done, please give me a call. I think we're good. The incremental change, again, we talked about that, or change width. And then we also talked about the blind corner base on the sink. Feel free to call me. The flooring that she has for this kitchen, this is brand new. She's come out like 2 weeks ago. It is a Pergo Duracraft, okay? This, I looked it up online. The installation instructions say that this product cannot be installed under cabinets, which is normal for most any type of lay-in-place flooring or floating floor system. She's going to talk to them in the flooring department about getting this product installed, but it has to be after our cabinets are put in. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to give me a call at 423-650-1051. Have a great day.